Okay, so on with the book haul. So I went to Tesco's because they were still doing their 2 for £9.50 deal, which is absolutely amazing. I even went to the big Tesco's because I wanted to see what they had. So the first one I got, which is going on my June TBR, because I actually started it on the way home from Tesco's because I'd finished the book that I was reading, and that is called Consider Me by Becca Mack. These are incredibly spicy. That's all I'm going to say at the moment. I don't know enough about it. I'm 10 pages in, so I don't feel like I know enough about it in order to actually make some kind of comment, except for the fact that there was let's just say it was very spicy from the word go. And we keep it clean on this channel, but it was quite spicy from the word go. So I've got a vague feeling that it's going to be really good, but if you don't like spice, don't do it. But Hannah Grace is quoted on the front, which I've just finished Icebreaker, so that is a really good, I quite liked Hannah Grace. So we are going to see how that one goes. The next 2, I think it is, there's 5 in the series altogether, but the next 2 are cheaper on Amazon, so they may well be in next month's book haul because I can't find them in the library. Probably because of the spice level, but you know, if I love it, then we're going to read it anyway, regardless, because the idea is to read what we love. So that is Consider Me, and then because you get 2 for £9.50, of course, I have never read When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. The hardback was very thick. This is not, I mean, obviously it's going to be the same thickness, but it doesn't seem quite so daunting, and I do prefer reading a paperback. This is another one that everyone seems to be raving about, so I was quite excited when I realised that it had come out in paperback, and that Tesco were doing it on a 2 for £9.50. I mean, thank you very much. I will always take part in that kind of activity. Again, I've heard great things about it, but I don't actually know what it's about, except for it's got dragons in it. But, you know, we will see, and I will let you know once I've started reading it. So on to the Amazon haul. These ones came out cheaper on Amazon than anywhere else. And yeah, so I'm quite excited. So the first one I've got is Fearless. That's the third one in the Powerless. Ooh, it's falling out. In the Powerless set. Oh my god, I've just seen the cover underneath. Hang on, we're going to have to just endure this for a minute. Oh my god, that is stunning. That is really stunning, and the end papers are quite beautiful as well. Oh my god, it even has a different cover on the underside of the dust jacket. I think I prefer this one because it fits with the others that I've already got. But my god, that's stunning. I'm going to leave the dust jacket off because it keeps slipping off while I'm talking. So yeah, I mean, I've read the first Powerless. I listened to it, and for some reason it's going to be a bit like this with the Court of Thorns and Roses, is that I think I must have not dozed off or wasn't totally paying attention while I was listening to it. So Powerless is a reread, and the Court of Thorns and Roses is a reread. I don't know if I'm going to get into them to June, but oh my god, that book is beautiful. And in theory, I think this ends the trilogy, so it'd be interesting to see what happens at the other end. So really, I can't tell you an awful lot about this series at the moment. I know that I really enjoyed the first one, even though I can't remember much of it, but I really did enjoy it. So yes, I think we're going to continue on, and we'll continue reading those. So that was Fearless. Move the dust jacket gently because it's all got to be very gentle. So then there's another book which is, I want to say, causing a lot of a hoo-ha. It is causing a lot of the hoo-ha on the internet. And this is Silver Elite. Silver Elite, I keep saying adding an S onto it, by Danny Francis. Ali Hazelwood thinks it's amazing, and Ali Hazelwood is like a new favourite. So that's quite exciting. Oh my god, So this is dividing the world because nobody knows who Danny Francis is, and there's a lot of people that are thinking they know who she is and assuming they know who she is, and there's a lot of guesswork online. I'm going to have to show you what's underneath this dust cover, because that is just it's more beautiful. I mean, oh, isn't that just beautiful? I am definitely a geek. I think we've learned. Definitely a geek. So that's Silver Elite. I kind of want to add that to next month's reading list, just because I don't want to. Don't say I feel behind. I'm not behind, but it's only been here less than a week, and I'm like, and my brain doesn't seem to move away from it. So I may have to read this. Even though I've got other things I need to read, I may have to do some mood reading, which I've decided I need to do a little bit more mood reading, because rather than just sticking to the list, because I got a lot more read in May, and I think that was because I deviated from the list but then came back. So I think if there's an allowable feat for me to go off the list, then I think I'm more likely to be more well read, read more. We'll see. So, but that is Silver Elite, and oh my goodness, it looks absolutely beautiful. All these people that are making beautiful hardbacks, you know, I salute you. And then this one was a very different book. So what I did, this book, ironically, is part of a set that I'm already reading. So I'm about to read the first one, but just an author that I've always loved. And then this book was 98% off. So it went down from like £20 to like £2. So it's called Written in the Stars, and it is by Helen Rolfe, who I like Helen Rolfe. You know, I've read quite a few Helen Rolfes in my time. It is very fluffy, but I did feel like it would be not a bad idea as a kind of, I'd say, a filler in the middle. There are certain fluff that I will still read, so I always read the Heidi Swain. I will always read the Cathy Bramley. I will always read the Helen Rolfes. In this world, they are just the ones that I know that I love, and I know what I'm getting. But there's a little bit of a storyline to them, because otherwise it gets a little bit more. Just gets a little bit boring. Boring's not the word. Samey. That's a better word for it. A little bit samey. So yeah. So I'll always have a Helen Rolfe handy, just for moments, just like that. Another one is Jo Bartlett. The Cornish Midwife series. I'm working my way through those, and then there's another series which is like, apparently it's dubbed the book version of Grey's Anatomy. It wasn't bad. I can see why they make that, and that I can see why they make that comparison. So I'm working my way through those ones, but the Cornish Midwife series is over. The other one isn't at the moment. But I kind of want to try and sometimes make these series last. I'm not a big binge reader, so it's not like I've got a series, let's go for it, let's read it all within the next 20 seconds. It's like one book after the other. I do tend to sort of shuffle and put other things in as well. So yeah, that's my book haul for June. Because it is June. I keep thinking it's not June, but it isn't. It's May still, but it's June as of Sunday. It's Monday. Sunday. God, you can tell I've not been at work. I've got no idea what day it is. But yeah. So that's my book haul for June, and I'll link them all down below so you can have a look, purchase anything that you feel you want to or need to. And keep an eye on my videos if you want to see what I think of these books. If you want to carry on, if you want to follow my journey, if you want to like, subscribe, do all the YouTubey things, and I will look forward to seeing you on the next one. Take care. Okay, so it's now July, so I'm going to go over my book purchasing for June. So I have quite a big stack, which I'm going to lift up with one hand, because that's a great idea. And that's not even all of it. There's a couple of books that I couldn't pick up. So we're going to go over these. So we start with one of them I just cannot find, which is interesting. I think I started reading it and it might well be at work. But I decided to buy the first 2 books of the Boys of Tomlin series. So this is the second one. Obviously, I do have the first one. I'm just not 100% sure where it is. It's a little bit daunting, I'm not going to lie, because it's like quite big. But they were doing a deal on them in the works, so it took me ages to find the first 2 because they kept getting sold out. But I feel accomplishment that I managed to achieve. Excuse the sticker, I will get rid of the sticker. But yeah, so that is my first real purchase for June. Okay, so then I had a subscription box. It's called a TikTok subscription box. If I move slightly, I can be in the sunlight. And the first ones that I got, I can't find the second one. So you get 2. You get 2 each time. The first that I got was more exciting than the second. But I can honestly say I've never tried this author, but I've heard a lot about her. So I'm going to get this wrong, so I'm going to quickly look it up because I need to see what order the books go in, because I don't want to turn around and say this is book number 1 and then it's not. So I should have done this before we started, but never mind. So they are Scarlett St. Clair books, but they're not the Hades and Persephone, which are on my list to read, but they're not those ones. So these are Adrian and Isolde. Okay, so this is the first one, The King of Battle and Blood. Tilt it towards the light, and because it's very dingy outside today, and even the light above my head is not doing an awful lot. So I don't know an awful lot about these, so this is just going to be a flip through of the things that I've bought. But then I've also got the second one, which is the Queen of Myth and Monsters. So we've got that one as well. And then there is I want to say a 0.5, so like a small one, called Born of Flames and Sacrifice, which is a pre-order at the moment. And I've pre-ordered it on Kindle, because it's a prequel novella. And that one's called Born of Flames and Sacrifice. So that one, when it comes out in December, I will be reading that one as well. I've not tried Scarlett St. Clair, so it's quite nice to have something to work on. The only downside is I have a heck of a lot of library books that I need to get through first, and then I can start reading my own stuff. You know, stop buying books and actually start reading them. Never mind. Said nobody. Said nobody who loves books. So the other ones, I got the third one, The House of Flame and Shadows. That's the third. That's the third book in the Sarah J. Maas series of the Crescent City series. I've not got to these yet because I'm still reading the ACOTAR, the Court of Thorns and Roses. Oh my god, my brain. And because I own them, then it's another book that is going to the bottom of the pile at the moment, purely because I've got library books to read, but I'm getting through them quite fast, so you will find that I will hopefully catch up in the next couple of months. I went to Waterstones. I know what you're all going to say, terrible idea, but I went to Waterstones and I ended up buying The Knight and the Moth, because this was our book club read. I didn't get a chance to read it before the book club finished, but we're now reading a different Rachel Gillig book in a different book club, because I've got like 4 book clubs going on Fable, of which this month I've actually done quite well on reading my book club books. But this one that I'm very excited about and I'm very intrigued about, so I decided to buy The Knight and the Moth. And then while I was there, they had like a half price book of the week, and it was like this colour, and I'm like, this is bright, this is nice. So I decided to purchase this, and then I realised it's part of a trilogy, and it's the second one. So then I had to start going on a hunt for the third one, which was a little bit of a pain. So this is Francesca Segal. So I'll just tell you a little bit about the... So on a remote island, Tuga de Oreo, vet Charlotte Walker's caseload of donkeys, cows and alien lizards has only increased. She still can't believe the humiliating truth about her father. She probably ought to feel worse than she does, but the islanders have taken Charlotte into their hearts, and somehow between the days on the farm on the farms, and the nights with an absorbing, if unsuitable, love interest. She's content to remain in the blissful retreat of her life in London just for now. So I think it sounds very me, which is why I picked it up. So yeah, then I have to go on a hunt. It's just on the front. It's like a joyous modern day Jane Austen meets the Durrells. I quite liked the Durrells. Can't say the same about Jane Austen. Classics are just not my thing. I'm not saying anything bad about Jane Austen. It's just not my thing. So I've got that one as well. Then I went the same day I decided to go to Tesco's. You know, like you try and do food shopping. I've just seen another one that I bought this month. And I found they were still doing their 2 for £9.50. And ironically, the first one was in it. So I decided to buy the first one because I'd spent all day staring at this one thinking, oh my god, that's amazing. I need to not lift it with that hand. But I was like, this is amazing. And then I was like, the first one, I can now read them once I've read the library books. I might sift some in. I might try and see if I can sift some in a bit, because I've got all these beautiful books that I want to read, and it's like I just need to keep going. But the thing is, I want to read everything. That's the problem. I get really excited about reading a little bit of everything, which is a little bit of I say a little bit sad. It's not. It's really lovely. But the problem is that I need more hours in the day. So 2 for £9.50. So then I also, because I've heard so many things about it, I also bought The Ministry of Time. So everyone's been reading it. It keeps coming in as reservations, and I'm like, well, I think I need to read it. I need to give it a go. So yeah, while it was cheap, I bought that one as well. The only other one that I bought, and I've only got the cover because the book is, I've lent the book out, but I don't lend them with the covers because this person's not very good with keeping the covers nice. So I've also got Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil, and that's by V.E. Schwab. And I am going to read it when my friend gives it back to me. But it's written by the same person who wrote The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and that was really good. So I've heard really good things about it. Ironically, it's meant to be not a horror, but it's supposed to be it's not my usual genre. It's a little bit historical, it's a little bit, yeah, it's not my usual genre. But I'm in the mode of trying things that are new and trying things that are different. So that is my book haul for, well, you'll have seen May, June's, and then this is June and July. So what I've done is, because I had a lot of trouble getting things sorted over the last month, so hopefully normal service will be resumed on my channel. I have pushed both of these together because I feel like they're a really useful video. So if you like what you see, please feel free to like, subscribe. Click on the bell if you want to hear more from me. I try not to throw too much at people, but hopefully just enough to keep you entertained. But yeah, so with all that anyway, I am going to go off because I think it must be time to put the kettle on. And I will take care. You can take care. Please take care as well, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.